Copa America blessed us with so many nice kits. The Euros kind of disappointed me in that aspect, but now it's time to see what the Premier League teams have in store for this season when it comes to the drip that they're going to be rocking. You guys seem to enjoy the last two videos we did, so we're back with another kit ranking, this time for the Premier League. New to the channel, boys, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Weekly videos going up on the channel, so make sure you hit that notification bell, you don't miss an upload. Without further ado, boys, let's get into the Premier League kits. So we're gonna start with Aston Villa. Aston Villa don't really have the best kits in the world. Usually, honestly, Villa looks like West Ham looks like Burnley. There's a couple of teams that end up using the same colors, minor differences in the names. Aston Villa's away kit is pretty much exactly what you expected it to. You got that light blue on the shoulders, that darker wine red as the base of the jersey as well as the trim. This isn't the craziest jersey, but it's also not the worst one. Very middle of the road. I'm giving it a B-. There's also no patterns to this one, so it doesn't really stand out in any way. And now for their away kit.
Aston Villa's away jersey is hella plain, hella boring. It's literally just a white jersey with blue trims on it. It's a little bit too plain for me, honestly. I'm gonna go with a C- on this one.
Next up, we have Nottingham Forest home kit, which isn't too bad. Nice bright red base. You have the pattern of 2 stars overlapping each other, which is supposed to represent the 2 European championships that Nottingham Forest does have, meaning they do have one more than Manchester City. The pattern does add a touch of something and a touch of personality for the club. 2 European championships is big for any single club, so it's nice for them to kind of throw that in there, and anytime they play City, rest assured their fans are probably going to be chanting that they have more than them. But okay kit, I'll give this one a B-. The away kit, on the other hand, is not very good. This one looks like if you kind of bought a pack of bubblegum and it has a bunch of bright pink accents. It doesn't look that good. Granted, the fact that they use a really bright pink does contrast a lot from the dark blue base, but this one for me, it's just a huge miss. I don't like it at all. I'm gonna be giving it a D+. You did good with your home kit, you did terrible with the away kit. What's going on with your Forest? Next up, we have West Ham. So again, a very dark red base, sky blue on the sleeves, sky blue on the accents. It's not the most creative jersey in the world. A lot of West Ham jerseys end up looking kind of retro, I think mostly in part due to the fact that they end up using pretty circular accents and also just the color scheme, I think. So not the worst jersey in the world. It is nice. It's timeless to West Ham's design or whatever the heck, but it's not the most creative. They've had better looking jerseys. I'll give this one a C+. So the away kit and concept is nice, at least in theory, right, when you're thinking about it. It's a black kit. It's not fully blacked out. You still have the dark red accents. The West Ham badge has a little bit of a different color scheme. You still unfortunately have the freaking big sponsor on the shoulder. But for me, this kit, where I say it's nice in at least concept, is the fact that at the bottom of the jersey you have these images that are meant to represent St. Mary Le Bow Church, which is on the east side of London where West Ham plays. So again, that is a nice touch that's meant to represent a part of West Ham and their culture and the overall feel of the club, but in execution it's not the best looking kit. It's just something about the way that the pattern ends up sitting on the jersey and kind of the color schemes. It is good. It's better than the home kit for sure, but not the craziest kit in the world. I'm gonna be rocking with the B- on this one.
West Ham's third kit is a little bit interesting. I mean, you have a white jersey base. It has a couple of designs towards the bottom of the jersey as well, which have their classic hammer logo, but the combination of colors in the collar isn't really that good, nor in the sleeves. It's not the best kit, to be honest. I'm gonna give it a C-. It could have been probably done a lot better.
So for the country of Saudi Arabia, or also known as Newcastle United, their home kit is pretty simple and classic to what they usually rock up with. Black and white stripes, sponsor on the jersey, crest on the jersey. Not the most unique design, not the most creative design. If anything, for me, I like when the stripes are a little bit more narrow and there's more on the kit. When there's usually just these 3 kind of stripes going down the middle, it's not my favorite work, at least when the kits are black and white. I end up liking when there's more. Simple, classic to Newcastle. If I gave West Ham's away kit a B-, I'm gonna be giving this one a C+. Not the best, not the worst, classic to Newcastle. So for their away kit, they're actually trying to recreate the look of the 95-96 away shirt with the maroon and the blue, those horizontal stripes going across the jersey. In my opinion, it looks too modern, if you know what I'm saying. There's just something about this kit that screams we're trying our hardest to invoke nostalgia in everybody, which, you know, every single club tends to do in one way or another. There's just something about the execution of this one that doesn't sit right with me. I like the color scheme. scheme. I like the original 95-96 jersey, but this one just doesn't exactly do it for me, and I don't know why. I think maybe it's the logos or the sponsor maybe, but it just doesn't do it for me. So home kit got a C+. This one's gonna be getting a solid B. This could have been better, but it's gonna be just a B. So for their third kit, they actually have an all-white base with these. Apparently it's an iconic Adidas EQT green color, which I've never heard of that. I've never seen that. I'm not exactly sure if this is meant to be representative of an old design that Newcastle might have used. Honestly, for me, and this might be an American take here, but this for me feels like some sort of a baseball jersey. I don't know why. I don't know if it's the collar. Baseball jerseys don't even have collars. I think it's the green. The specific green that they're using feels very American to me, and I don't know why, but it's not the worst kit in the world. I've said in the past, I don't like kits with collars on them, and I'm gonna stick to that. The collar on this kit just kind of stands out for me. It looks weird. The logo is a little bit different. Again, I'm not sure if that's meant to be representative of an old design, but not my favorite. I do like the color scheme a little bit, but this jersey is just a mix of a bunch of different things that don't necessarily look the best. I'm gonna give this one a C+. So Man City, reigning champions, what do you got for us this time around? So this time around, they have a plain, simple, timeless, classic, full sky blue kit with some accents on the collar and the sleeves. You have a little bit of a pattern that reads 115 for the 115 charges that are up against City. That's not actually what it says. It says 0161, which is the calling code for Manchester. I get it. You're trying something. You're trying to incorporate something that's representative of the city, but doesn't look the best. For me, it's kind of weird. It looks kind of out of place, but you know what? At least you're trying to do something. Not the craziest kit in the world, not the nicest either. I'm gonna give it a B-. So their away kit is supposed to be a throwback of the 98-99 season, the same season where Manchester United won a treble, and I think Man City were still in the 3rd division of English football. It's an ugly kit. I don't like it. You got a bright neon green, you have a very bright blue, the black, it just does not look well. This is gonna be the first F of the video. You have collars on it, which I hate. I hate collars. I'm gonna keep saying it. This is ugly. This is hideous. This is terrible. Manchester City, add another charge to the tally. So City had to get greedy. They have a third kit, which is actually kind of nice. The color, very dark red, wine red, with kind of these gold accents, and it's very nice, to be honest. This is the first time they've had a kit like this since, I believe, 17-18, which was a Nike kit. It looks very good. I'm not sure exactly what the design on the kit is supposed to be. It kind of looks like the workings that are in and around the Etihad Stadium, but it's a very nice kit. Honestly, the colorway is very good. Much better than the home and the away kit. I'm gonna give this one a B+. I like it. I like the colorways. I'm a sucker for maroon and gold. What can I say? They got extra greedy. I think they have this 4th kit, which I don't know if they're actually gonna end up using or not. It's pretty ugly. They have this kind of weird design coming out of the crest. The colors are all weird and out of place. They have this weird matte looking blue with sandy yellows and orange and pinks, and the collar it's ugly. I don't know if they're actually going to use this, but this is a D- for me. So Leicester City, who are back in the Premier League, are rocking up again with a standard blue kit. Nothing really too crazy to this one, to be honest. You have a nice little slogan on the back that says Foxes never quit. Outside of that, it doesn't really look too crazy. This could be a #United kit for all that we know. Blue, Leicester City, stripes, a little bit of yellow, sponsor on there. Very basic. There's nothing really to it. I'm gonna give this one a C. So with the away kit, they're at least trying to do something, but it doesn't end up working. You have black trim on the sleeves for the Adidas stripes, and then you have this weird kind of design on the jersey that kind of looks like a brush pattern from Photoshop all over the front and the back, but it's not going down the middle. It's also on the accents for these shorts, and I don't know why they went for this. They tried something, but it doesn't really work for me. I'm gonna give this one a D+. Hopefully you don't end up getting relegated. Not the best kits. Leicester's third kit is almost as basic as their home kit. You literally just have the home kit, but pretty much in like a ice light blue type of look, which, I mean, you have the dark blue accents, but it's not very good either. It's just as plain as the home kit. I'm gonna give this one a C grade. All right, so as someone who is an absolute hater of collars on jerseys, Fulham's home kit doesn't actually look too bad. It's very basic, very simple. You just have white, you have the Fulham logo, some red accents. Not the worst looking kit in the world. You do have the collar, which at least looks better on this kit than some of the other ones, but ultimately still very basic. I'm gonna give this one a C, middle of the road. So for their away kit, Fulham is doing their best AC Milan impression. It doesn't look too bad. It is a little bit of a throwback to a retro style jersey for them. For me, the only thing that kind of makes it look a little off is that red and white transition in the collar, but still very clean, pretty classic. Again, not the most extravagant jersey in the world, but I like the colorway. It's executed nice. I'll give this one a solid B-. Fulham's third kit is unique because it's camouflage, but it's purple, so it's not the nicest look in the world. They're trying something new, which I can give them the benefit of the doubt there, but not the nicest kit in the world. It looks like a Pro Clubs kit, if we're being honest. I'm gonna give this one a C+. All right, so Crystal Palace home kit, I can't help but feel like it's gonna be very divisive. You have obviously classic Crystal Palace red and blue stripes. This time time around, they went with eagles going up and down the stripes of the jersey, at least on the blue section, and then the red section seemed to be kind of this paint splatter to make up a second part of the effect. So I like it. I don't think it's the best kit in the world. It kind of looks like a set of pajamas if you ask me, maybe like a set of Christmas pajamas, but I do kind of like it. I think in action it's gonna look a lot better than just kind of wearing it out and trying to use it as some sort of a fashion piece, but I do like it. I'll give it a solid B grade because I think it could have been done better, but they're trying something. Crystal Palace as of late has been doing very good with their football kits, so hopefully they keep it up. All right, so now their away kit I really like. It's a very bright bold yellow. You have the blue and the red accents on the sleeves and on the collar, and then you have this massive equal print across the entire jersey. You have a little bit of a modified badge on the kit as well to kind of make everything look a little bit more cohesive. I think even more so on the body and in action it's going to look even better. I think this is going to be one of those kits that in 10 years 15 years time people are trying to get this piece because it's going to go down as one of those really nice ones. I like it a little bit more than the home kit. Hopefully you guys don't call me crazy for that, but I'm going to give this one a B+.
Crystal Palace's third kit is very nice. You have the black with the Crystal Palace logos, and then you have the same blue and red stripes that are in the home kit. This one's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, I'll give it a good solid B. Could have been better, but still a very good solid third kit.
All right, so Brighton, one of those teams you don't really associate with crazy, fantastic, beautiful football kits, and you get more of that from them this year. Home kit, standard, white base, blue stripes, or is it like a zebra? Is it blue with white stripes? Who knows? But it's gonna be a simple kit, not the craziest thing in the world. I'm glad they did the blue accents on the sleeves and the collars. That does add a little bit of cohesion to the kit. Solid kit. I'll give it a C+. I like stripes. I don't know how to feel about the away kit. I don't like the stripes. I think this one very much looks like a referee jersey, but more so like Sunday League referee. I don't know, maybe that referee that shows up late, fumbling out of their car. They might get a little bit of a payment or two. I think that ends up making it look a little bit ugly. It's not the best kit, and honestly, it comes down to the stripes. It could have been done better. I'm gonna give this one a C-. Their third kit, they just carried over from the last season. It's a black kit, green stripes. It looks okay, not the worst kit in the world. We've all seen it before. We saw it last season, so I'm just gonna give it a C. Middle of the road. It's not the best kit, not the worst kit. You did okay, Brighton. Okay, so bottle jobs of the last two seasons. Arsenal FC, their home kit isn't too bad. You have obviously classic red, classic white, and this time you have some dark blue accents going along the jersey. For me, this feels like the classic Adidas layout that they've been using for all of the teams at the Euros. It kind of looks a little bit plain compared to last year, so you had the nice gold trim and everything kind of just felt like it was popping out a little bit more at you. This jersey for me feels a little bit more timid. The one last year felt like, yeah, we're here, we're gonna make this our league, we're gonna push for a title, and this one more feels like we're just gonna hide in our show, we're gonna be a little bit more safe, we're gonna play 7 center backs, we're gonna just be defensive. This looks like the type of jersey that a manager who would hire pickpockets to rob their team would use. You know what I'm saying? It's not the best kit, it's not the worst kit. I'm gonna give it a B-, mostly because I'm really comparing it to last year's kit, which was a lot nicer. Okay, so their away kit is horrendous. This looks like a bottle of Axe. I think you guys call it Lynx in the UK, so I'm gonna say Axe and Lynx. This looks like a bottle of that. This is terrible. Okay, it is supposed to be a little bit of an homage, right, to David Rocastle and Ian Wright, who probably had some creative contributions for this kit, and credit to the Arsenal team and to the, you know, the graphic designers and the photographers, because they really tried their best to make this kit work, and it just does not. This is ugly, this is hideous. I think this on par with maybe Manchester City's away kit. Too bad that the two teams that are going to be going at it for the top spot have probably some of the worst away kits this season. This one's going to be getting an F grade from me. I'm sorry, Arsenal, you did okay with your home kit, and then what the heck happened with the away kit? Just I need an answer. And then Arsenal have this third kit, which we don't know how much they're going to use. Obviously, it has a little bit of that purple and minty teal look to it. It has that throwback Adidas logo on it as well to give it a little bit more of a nostalgic look. For me, this looks like the Fortnite llama. This looks like something you would find at the Slurp factory in Fortnite or whatever it's called. I forget what it's called. You know, the Chug Jug factory. This is ugly. This looks like the llama. At Arsenal, I hope you only wear your away kit for this entire season. This is a D-. A little bit better than the home kit, but D-. Arsenal, what is going on over there? Please, I need answers. Again, Arteta, it might be time for you to go. So Bournemouth, another team that isn't really known for their football kits and fashion, right? Nice looking jerseys, but they're rocking up again with a pretty classic look. I think it looks a little bit nice, mostly due to the gold trims, but you have 2 big red stripes, a black kit, some red accents on the sleeves. It's okay. It's not the worst looking kit, but again, not the best, and you'll kind of find that being the case with most of these bottom half teams. I'll give it a C+. It's okay. You could have done worse. Good job. You didn't drop the ball. What is it with these guys in England trying to use these mint and purple colorways for their jerseys. They always look terrible. What is going on here? Why do you have the triangular pattern? And why is it mint and green? I don't get it. This one's ugly. We're getting another F grade. That's the third F grade of this video. I think this is a record. This is the most F grades in one video, and it's coming to the Premier League. I'm sorry, but this kit is terrible. At least for me. This one looks like those cups that you see from the 90s that everyone's trying to recreate. The ones with the weird logos from Saved by the Bell and all that good stuff. This is what that looks like. This is an F for me. You know what? Their third kit isn't too bad. It is turquoise, and I was ready to kind of go into it for that reason, but you have kind of this pattern here, which is meant to represent the sea, if I'm not mistaken. You have some seashells there. You have some urchins, which is representative of the Bournemouth area. I think it doesn't look too bad. It's not the nicest kit, I think mostly due to the color that they're using, but still pretty good. They had a campaign. They had the kids cleaning the beach. Not the worst kit in the world, honestly. Pretty nice. I'll give this one a B-.
I've made a severe and continue.
All right, so Brentford are actually carrying over their kit from last season, which is just a pretty simple red stripe, white stripe, black accents. It doesn't look too bad, honestly. I'll give it a C+. Pretty simple, classic look. All right, I don't know how to feel about their away kit though. It has a very dark green color, the nice black sleeves, and then they throw in this very bright and bold neon green. It's giving army vibes. It's not the worst kit in the world. I think it looks nice. Maybe they could have chosen a different color for the trims. Not too bad. I'll give that to them. It's not the worst kit in the world. I'll give it a C+. But their third kit is beautiful. I hope they end up using this more throughout the season because it is nice. They use a very good looking pink. It's not too bright. It's not too in your face. It's kind of pastel-y. It's very nice. And then the black, pink and black kits tend to always do some good work for you. The only place where this kit for me is losing some points is the collar. I don't like the collars, but very nice, clean looking kit here. I'm gonna give this one a B+. We still don't have any A's in this video, but this one is very nice. I'll give that to them. Man United, my club here, home kit. What do we got? I know a lot of people like the home kit, but it's not my favorite. I don't know exactly what it is, but we have the red kit, obviously classic, kind of goes into a little bit of a gradient at the bottom of the jersey, but for me it just doesn't do it. I don't know. I think for me we've had better home kits in the past, and I see kind of what they're going for. I do like the Snapdragon logo a lot better than the ones that, you know, we've kind of had in the past, but not the best kit for me. I'm gonna go with a solid B-. We could have done better, but we also could have done way worse. But it is the away kit for me and for pretty much everyone that is a work of art. You have this beautiful dark navy blue. You have this pattern that goes throughout the kit that is a nice subtle like silver and dark blue, but a slightly lighter shade than the actual kit, and it looks very, very nice, especially in action. It does have a collar, which again I don't like the collars, but I will accept it with this kit because I think ultimately it does all end up looking very nice. This one for me is going to be the first A of the video. It's going to be an A-. I know this kit has a lot of hype behind it, so you probably already expected it, but I'm going to buy into the hype. It's very nice. It's a very, very good kit. We knocked it out the park with the away kit. And then our third kit, honestly, for me, I know a lot of people like it, but I think the concept of it looks better than when somebody's wearing it. I don't know why, but the top stripe, it just ends up looking a little bit weird. I do like it. Don't get me wrong. I don't think it's the worst kit in the world, but I don't think it's as good as kind of the hype behind it. You have the retro logos on it, but then you still have the Snapdragon logo on it, so no, that doesn't really work for me, but it's good. It's a nice kit. I'll give it a B grade, but a little bit too much hype behind it, but still very good. All right, so Southampton going for a classic red and white stripes. Nothing really too crazy with this kit. No unique pattern, something like that. Honestly, for me, what's gonna lose the biggest points with this kit is that damn sponsor. That roll bit sponsor is horrendous. I think it makes the jersey look terrible. I'm gonna give this one a C grade. It could have been a little bit better had the sponsor been better. So unfortunately for you, Southampton, you might get relegated and you have a terrible home kit as well. So their away kit is ugly. This is the fourth F of the video. It looks like a goalkeeper kit. I think nothing else has to be said. This is horrendous. I'm sorry, Southampton. I don't know what's going on over there. Maybe money's tight, but terrible away kit. And then their third kit, usually, right, like I said, pink kits can be very nice, but this is a very bright, bold, in-your-face pink, and then you pair it with bright, bold yellows. It ends up looking like a Starburst sponsored kit. For me, it doesn't look the best. It's pretty ugly. Again, it's not so bad that it's going to be an F grade, but I'm going to give it a D+. Southampton, again, I don't know what's going on over there. If you need help with something, 3 terrible kits from you. Please do better next season. I beg of you, please. Okay, so Everton's home kit, nothing too special. special there. You have, of course, their classic blue jersey. You have some patterns on the kit that don't really represent anything specific to Everton or to Liverpool or, you know, Merseyside, but it does look nice. I think last season's kit was a little bit better, but still nothing too wrong with this kit. I'll give it a C grade, middle of the road again. Their away kit, honestly, I don't really like. I think the black and the patterns that they're using make it look a little bit weird, especially because you can't really tell out the Everton logo. It ends up looking like maybe an advertisement for a startup company or something like that. I don't really like it. I see what they were going for. Maybe if they would have gone with black instead of a gray, it could have looked a little bit better, but I don't know. It's just something about the overall aesthetic of the jersey that's pretty ugly for me. I'm gonna give this one a D minus, almost an F grade, but I'm gonna save that. I don't think this one deserves an F grade, so I won't give it, but we're going for a D minus. They have a third kit which doesn't look too bad. It's a very light color, some dark trims, a little bit of a yellow on the collar and the sleeves. It's not too bad. It looks very plain though. I'll give this one a C minus. Could have been worse. It's okay. It's decent. Okay, so Chelsea, I think most people think this kit is horrendous. For me, it ends up looking like one of those buckets of water paint that people dip their shoes into to make them look a certain way. This is kind of what this looks like to me. Or you know, that weird 90s to 2000s like water futury aesthetic. That's kind of what this also looks like to me. The badges and the sleeves and the collars and the logos, they all have this weird red trim accent to it, and I think it all looks very ugly. You're trying something new, which not everyone is doing, but when it doesn't land, it just does not land. This is gonna be, for me, a B minus, almost an F grade. You know what? No, I'm gonna upgrade it. F. This is an F. Another F in this video. I don't know what's happening in the Premier League this year. The kits are not kidding. Their away kit would be nicer if, again, it wasn't for the weird thing that they're doing with the damn logos. Why are they making the Chelsea logo red? It doesn't make sense. But the base of the jersey is nice. I like the blue accents with that color that they have on the base. That'll give them some points for me. Too bad about the actual logo and the accents. No, this one I'm gonna give a C grade too. It could have been worse, but it's not very good. And then their away kit. So they have a black kit with some designs on it, which I don't think the designs are really meant to represent anything that is specific to Chelsea. The biggest noticeable thing for this one is the fact that the Nike logo is pointing upwards instead of kind of sitting how it naturally sits. It's weird. I don't like it. This is going to be a D minus. I don't know how much they're going to be using this. I appreciate the kind of different mentality maybe Nike was going for, but this ends up being just ugly. Again, Chelsea, almost 3 strikes, almost. All right, so from Chelsea to another team that might be fighting relegation, we have Ipswich. Ipswich, if I say that to you, doesn't really scream out beautiful kits. Maybe some timeless ones, but nothing too crazy, and that's kind of what we're getting here. You have a blue kit, some white pinstripes, which apparently they haven't used in nearly a decade, and of course some darker blue accents on the collars and the sleeves. It's not the worst. It could have been better. Not too bad. I'll give this one a C grade. And then their away kit is very similar. You have some patterns going across the jersey that are meant to represent the town of Ipswich. I'm not from the area, so I cannot speak to that, but it's nice. Again, I like when they're trying to at least throw something in that's representative of the city. This looks like maybe a Barcelona training jersey for whatever reason to me, but not the worst kit in the world. I'll give this one a C plus. They could have done worse, but they didn't. I like this kit. It's not too bad. All right, Wolves. I don't know what's going on. Again, is money tight? This home kit is terrible. You have obviously their classic kind of yellow orangey color, but the sponsor's ugly. The fact that they're doing the Wolves logo in the middle of the jersey and then the brand is kind of still in that top corner, it looks weird. This kit is terrible for me. I'm gonna give it a D plus. I don't know what's going on. It's too weird. It's too basic. It's too ugly. It's not good. Wolves, get it together. So for their away kit, I see what they're going for, but in execution, it doesn't look good. The wolf for me looks kind of like, you know, the 2 wolves inside of us meme. That's kind of what this is giving me here. It's not very good. I think the execution of the wolf could have been a whole lot better. They could have done something on the sleeves, and the stripe on the collar is very small, and the way they designed the wolf looks weird when you're looking at the logos and all that stuff. And I don't know, it's not too bad. They tried something out. It didn't really work. We're gonna go C minus on this one because at least they tried. All right, so Spurs, nothing too special with their jersey, to be honest. They end up rocking pretty much the same thing every year. It's either gonna be an all white jersey or a white jersey with navy blue collar and sleeves. This time we have the latter. Pretty simple, pretty classic, nothing too crazy. A little bit of a kind of different pattern on the sleeves, but C plus. Not their worst kit, but it's very standard for them. It's the history of the Tottenham. Their away kit looks like a pajama set, so I don't really like it. This looks like one of those honk shoe pajama sets, but obviously it's a jersey, and if it was a pajama it would be very long. I don't like it at all. It's pretty ugly. This looks like something you find in the discount section at an outlet store, something like that. It's kind of ugly. Again, why is the Spurs logo in the middle and then the Nike logo is in the top right corner? It's all weird. I don't like it. D grade for me. And then again, here we are with the vertical swoosh, except this time it does look a little bit different. You have a different pattern that they gave to Chelsea at least, but it still doesn't look very good. This looks like one of those camos that you get in Call of Duty early on when you're still unlocking the kind of terrible camos before you get to the gold and the red tiger and all that good stuff. It's not very nice. This one's gonna be getting a C- from me. All right, boys, final club, obviously Liverpool. Liverpool's home kit isn't actually too bad. You have their classic red kit. You have some yellow stripes and patterns going down the jersey this time. It's not the nicest kit. I think the collar ends up looking a little bit weird. I think it could have been done a little bit better. That being said, I don't think it's the worst kit in the world. I'll give this one a C grade because it could have been a lot better, but if for some reason it feels like they dropped the ball a little bit. You know what? I'll bump it up. Let's do C+. We'll give this one a C+ because they did something right. Not too bad of a kit. All right, so their away kit's pretty basic. It's really just a black kit with some teal, turquoise accents on the sleeves and a little bit along the shoulders. There's a little bit of a texture to the jersey, but it looks like a training kit to me, or it looks like something you could just find at Big Sporting Goods or Ross, or you know, something like that on sale. Training jersey, buy them for your Sunday league team. But this one I'm gonna give a C2 because it could have been a whole lot better. And the final vertical swoosh jersey that we have is Liverpool's third kit, which it looks a lot better than the other two vertical swoosh ones that we have. But I think for me, what works the best is the actual colorway. Yes, the sleeve and the collars end up looking a little bit like a Ronald McDonald. The swoosh also has that red and yellow, but I kind of like the designs that they're using for the actual jersey themselves a little bit more. Not the best kit in the world, but still a lot better than the other two that are using that damn vertical swoosh. A little bit of a failed experiment there from Nike, but a lot better. I'll give this one a B- just because I kind of like it. But there you have it, boys. Every single Premier League kit ranked. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What's your favorite kit that you're rocking? Are you happy with your club's kits? Put it all down in the comments below. Thank you, boys, for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Peace.